Hello, my friends, and welcome to another Number Corner. All right, remember yesterday in Number Corner we talked about it was the last day of March, which means today, dun, 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 is the first day of a new month. Everybody say this month with me. April. Awesome. April's a great month. We have some fun holidays. We have some birthdays in our classroom. And really, it just means we're this much closer to that summer break that we all love so much. But April's going to be an amazing month because we have fun things to learn. We're going to enjoy our time together, and I cannot wait. All right, without further ado, let's get our party started. Let's sing our days of the week. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. Days of the week. Days of the week, days of the week, days of the week. All right, friends, yesterday was Wednesday. So if yesterday was Wednesday, that means today is... Oh, I heard you all shouting from home. Thursday. Good. Say it with me. Thursday. We're going to turn our Thursday card around. What number's on our Thursday card? Oops. You're right. The number 1, which means it's the first day of the month. Let's practice saying the month again together. Ready? April. Okay, let's put our whole date together. Are you ready? Today is Thursday, April 1st, 2021. All right, but do we know what month April is in the year? I don't know. It's a new month, so why don't we practice saying our months out loud up until April, and then we'll count them out. Ready? Say it with me. January, February, March, April. There we go. Let's count it out so we can figure out what month April is. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. So April is the 4th month, and today is the first day of that 4th month. Let's head on over and update our date card. Roll in. Oops, sorry for the wiggles, friends. Okay, so remember, we just counted out. April is the 4th month, so we're going to write a 4 right here. Today's day is the first day of the month, and finally the year is 21. So everything we write the date on today is 4-1-21. But if you're feeling fancy, here's another way we can write that date. April, when we abbreviate it or shorten it, is APR, period. And then we write the first for the day, that comma, and then the full year, 2021. All right? You know me, though. I like nice and easy. So we're going to practice writing this date right now on our observation chart. New month means new things to observe. Let me fix my camera. First things first, though, shout out that date. It is 4-1-21. Okay, I don't know if anybody's eagle eyes caught this, but on our cards this month, we're going to be talking about shapes again. So remember all the way back in February, that seems so long ago, we talked about shapes and whether they were congruent, which was the same, or not congruent, which means they were not the same. And for it to be congruent, remember, it had to be the exact same shape and the exact same size. So I have, what shape do I have? You're right, it's a square. I have another square right next to it. Are these two squares congruent? Are they exactly the same? They are. They're congruent. So that's something that we're going to keep in the back of our minds. Another thing we're going to keep in the back of our mind is whether a shape is symmetrical. Oh my gosh, that's a huge word. Say it with me. Symmetrical. Let's say it one more time because that's kind of hard. Ready? Symmetrical. Good. And what symmetrical means is when we take a shape, let me put our card down. I'm holding too many things and Mrs. Sae-Wong's going to start dropping stuff. Okay, we have our shape. Say we fold it in half. I'm going to fold it in half, put a nice little crease there. Okay? I went from having a square to a cute little rectangle. But what if I unfold it? Now I have two sides. You see? 1, 2. Are those two rectangles exactly the same? Same size on each side of that line? They are. So that's what it means when it's symmetrical, that if we fold it in half, are the two halves the exact same? So what if I take my two rectangles now? What if I fold it again? I'm trying to do it so I don't crease it. Okay, so now I have a tiny little cute square now. But let's unfold it and let's look at all our lines. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. Okay, our one big square, when it was folded in half and then folded in half again to give us fourths, it gives us 4 equal squares. Are all the squares exactly the same? Hopefully you can see. They are. They're the exact same shape and the exact same size. So if they're all the exact same, that means they're all congruent. And if they're all congruent, that means that the shape is also symmetrical. But let's think about it. Say I take this and I fold it again. They're not going to be symmetrical anymore. They're not going to be the same. So we know that our square can be divided into 4 equal shapes and that it is symmetrical. So let's update our chart with that information. So our figure or our shape is a square. And it has at least 4. So we know it has at least 4. And how many, so we're going back into fractions. How many sections do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we have 4 sections, remember that's the number that goes on the bottom of our fraction, right? Because that's how many total. And we can say 1 square out of 4 is symmetrical. We could say 4/4 out of the square are symmetrical. Hopefully that kind of makes sense. Don't worry, we're going to talk about this for the whole month of April. And we're going to say, yes, definitely symmetrical because they are all the same shape and size. All right, friends, I promise it'll get easier. It'll make more sense. There's going to be days where we should have shapes that are not symmetrical, that we can't fold them nice and neat. And those are going to be fun days as well. So last thing we're going to talk about today, actually, no, 2 more things. Oh my gosh, Mrs. Sae-Wong's losing her mind. First thing we're going to talk about is days in school. Yesterday when I saw your adorable faces, it was day 123. Well, we have another day to add. Let's go ahead and add our day here. And if we're thinking about our patterns, goodness gracious, I just lost the word, but we'll stick with patterns. If we know we have 123, all we have to focus on is what is 1 more than 3. 123, 124. You got it. I can hear you shouting from home, so we're going to update that. So we have 124 days in school. 124. So let's talk about that. If we have a 1 in our hundreds, that means we have 1 group of 100. A 2 in our tens means we have 2 groups of 10. 10, 20. If we have, we have to update that. We have 4 ones. We have 4 ones, which means we have those 4 days by themselves. So let's talk about what that means. So 1 group of 100, 1 group of 100, 2 groups of 10s, 10, 20, and then our 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Easy peasy, right? So now we need to write our equation and put it all back together. So remember, we're going to take all of our numbers and add them together. We do it one at a time. We start with our hundreds, so we start with that 100. Plus our 10, so plus that 20. Plus our 1, so plus 4. Equals 124. All right. Last thing. Now I promise this is the last thing we're going to talk about. We are going to work on collecting popsicle sticks this month. What is this, you say? It's really just an opportunity for us to count, to group by groups of 5, to do some collecting and some graphing, all things that our super smart brains need to be really good at to be ready for 2nd grade math. Okay? So, without further ado, I've got a spinner. And look, our spinner is a little bit different. I wonder if we notice what's different about our spinner. Oh, I can hear some of you. It only has a 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. There's no 1, no 2. And that is because I want us to collect bigger numbers of popsicle sticks every day. That way we have more to count. Because the more we can count, the more practice we get in understanding how to group, how to group count, how to graph data, all the amazing things. So, sorry I get to have all the fun with the spinner. I wish you were here with me to help me spin. But first things first, how many did we collect today? Good, we collected 4 popsicle sticks. So let me pull those out. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to put those 4 popsicle sticks in our week 1 pocket. And I'm going to add 4 tally marks. And now I know we're going all the way back to the beginning of school when we talked about tally marks. Remember, a tally mark is just a line that helps us count. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 popsicle sticks. Okay, and every day we're going to add more tally marks, and we're going to work on tallying them in groups of 5. So when we're at the end of week 1, we can skip count by 5s to help us add a little bit faster. It's going to be amazing, I promise. But for today, that's all we're going to do, and we'll talk a little bit more about our popsicle collection tomorrow. I will see you adorable people later. Bye, friends.